A sudden crack reverberates through the night sky, jolting you awake. As if struck by lightning, your breath catches. Hard, pounding. There's no sign of a storm outside your window, yet the air hums with electricity. Something is shifting, about to explode through the layers of your routine existence. You can taste ozone in the stillness, a metallic tang that sets your nerves on edge. This moment feels like the prelude to an unseen cosmic drum roll. All your life you suspected there was more to the everyday hustle, more hidden behind laughter that never reached certain people's eyes, more behind your own reflection in the mirror, which always glimmered with potential you couldn't quite name. Tonight, that potential swells within you, flooding your veins like molten light. You feel restless, as though a new dimension is pushing into your world. You rise from bed, crossing the familiar shadows of your room. Flicking on the lamp reveals trembling hands at your sides. You're not shaking out of fear. It's raw excitement mingled with the primal urgency you've been told you're on the brink of meeting, a power that dwarfs even your wildest dreams. And you sense that moment draws near, unstoppable as dawn breaking over the horizon. Passing the hallway mirror, you catch a reflection. Your eyes look different, sharper, alive with a crackling brilliance that refuses to blink. In your chest, your heart hammers a tempo you barely recognize, rapid, thunderous, drumming out an unspoken message. Prepare. Across the room, the digital clock flickers, 2:42 a.m. Then it glitches, now reading 7 hours, 77 minutes. An impossible display. For a split second, you see those numbers. 777, neon green in the darkness. Then they vanish into static, replaced by the correct time. Your stomach flits. You've heard about cosmic signs, about angel numbers that herald a shift in destiny. You never fully believed until now. Adrenaline crackles in your spine. You remember the whispered prophecy from a distant mentor. But a stronger one finds you. Your life will never be the same. At the time, you dismissed it. Now it resonates in your mind like a gong, unstoppable and deafening. A swirl of half-forgotten dreams floods your brain, images of labyrinthine corridors and a figure in shimmering armor waiting at the end. You couldn't see their face, only feel their presence. Everything about this night is an omen. The hum in the air, the glitching clock, the unspeakable sense that you're standing on a precipice. You want to run from the tension, but deeper still, you yearn for it. You've grown tired of lesser challenges. You crave an encounter that tests your full capacity. Your phone buzzes unexpectedly. A single text. Get ready to rise. No name. No number saved. Just a beckoning. Goosebumps prickle along your arms. You can practically hear your own pulse echoing against the walls. You sit on the edge of your bed, adrenaline crackling in your chest, mind racing through every possibility. Is this the moment your world cracks wide open? A swirl of excitement and weariness tangles in your stomach, but your spirit roars in triumph. Yes, the sense of inevitability surges, drowning out any doubt. You're about to meet someone stronger, and everything in you is screaming that it's the invitation you've waited for all your life. Outside your window, the wind rustles through the night. It sounds like a calling. You swallow hard, preparing for the unknown. In this first surge of cosmic admission, one truth stands out. You have been chosen for this confrontation with destiny, and you will not turn back. Now you wake the next morning with your mind buzzing, but your body sluggish. Each muscle feels locked in slow motion, as if your limbs resist your newfound fervor. Yesterday's adrenaline morphs into tension in your shoulders. Your pulse flutters, uncertain whether to soar or slump. The sunlight that pours through the window feels sharper, pricking at your eyes. Inside, you're sure a grand shift is coming. You replay the clock glitch from last night, 7 hours, 77 minutes. You think about the cryptic text urging you to rise. All signs point to a monumental encounter ahead. Yet your physical form slouches in rebellion. You notice it in how you nearly dropped your coffee mug, your hands unsteady. Your ankles ache like you've run a marathon. It's as though your body is sounding an alarm, a primal danger, danger. Not about external threats, but about growth. Expansion can terrify yourselves, especially when a new power force, someone stronger, draws close. And that's the rub. You realize meeting this mightier force could rewrite your entire existence. That kind of transformation rattles your bones, even as your soul hungers for it. A faint memory surfaces. From childhood, you standing on the highest diving board at the local pool, legs shaking so violently you could barely stand. But the moment you left, everything soared. The water enveloped you in a victorious splash. You recall that sweet sensation of triumph, how your heart soared, unstoppable. Perhaps your body's alarm signals that same leap. You dress for the day, noticing every inch of clothing feels oddly tight, like your body might burst from its old constraints. Outside, the city hums with routine. Car horns bleating, dogs barking, a lawnmower droning in the distance. But you sense a subtle discord in the atmosphere, a pregnant pause in the air that prickles your skin. Then your phone rings. The voice on the other end belongs to a longtime friend, but they sound oddly formal. They ask about your latest obsession, hinting at your spiritual pursuits or your repeated mention of someone stronger on the horizon. You tense. The line crackles, your friend's tone dripping with forced concern. It's as though they disapprove, or maybe they're scanning you for weakness. Your shoulders tighten further. It hits you. Your body's alarm isn't just about the approaching champion figure. It's also about the negativity swirling around you. Some people fear your ascension. They fear the changes it might bring, changes that break old bonds of codependence. In the friend's stilted questions, you hear unsaid doubts. They want you to remain smaller, more predictable. You end the call politely, but it leaves a sour taste in your mouth. Adrenaline flickers in your gut, tamed with a protective edge. You lean against the counter, pressing a cool glass of water to your forehead. You let the moment ground you. Your heart still pumps that readiness, that tension, a reminder that the deeper you're calling, the fiercer your body's warnings. Outside, a gust of wind rustles the tree branches, sending dappled sunlight across your kitchen floor. The pattern flickers like a silent Morse code. You steady your breathing. Whatever discomfort your muscles protest, your spirit stands firm. This alarm is just your primal system bracing for a new level of challenge. You cradle that hush of certainty that once you cross this threshold, no chain of the past can bind you. You exhale, letting the tension slowly unwind. Your body might quiver, but your mind remains locked on the horizon. The next step is inevitable. You cling to the faint echo of that text, "Get ready to rise," and vow that no trembling in your flesh will keep you from stepping into the next stage of power, waiting just beyond your comfort zone. Sunset bleeds across the sky, fiery orange bleeding into darker plum shades. You catch yourself staring through the window, entranced by the drama overhead. The day weighed heavily. Your limbs still feel like they're hauling unseen baggage, yet your mind is sharper than it's been in months. You notice details you might have overlooked before. Your neighbor's curtain fluttering as though someone lurks behind it, a passing stranger who pauses just a bit too long outside your gate. It comes as a jolt when you check your phone and see a social media post from someone you considered a benign acquaintance. The post is innocuous on the surface, some random meme about people who think they found cosmic truths. But you sense an undercurrent of mockery. A few cryptic comments follow, naming no names but clearly ridiculing self-appointed chosen ones. Your shoulders tense, your mind racing back to last night's text, the clock glitch, your quiet quest for a mightier ally. Could they be targeting you? A thought creeps in. Maybe you confided too much in the wrong person. Perhaps one confidant, overshadowed by envy or disbelief, has begun sowing doubt. It's things more than you expected. You revisit old conversations in your head. Moments where you let slip that you felt destined for a monumental meeting, that you sensed a new presence on the horizon. Did they gather your vulnerability like weapons? Your phone buzzes again. A direct message arrives from that same acquaintance. It's curt, a half apology for any offense their post might have caused, but it reads hollow, more like a defense of their own cynicism. They claim to respect your journey, but can't help teasing outlandish beliefs. Something in your gut twists. They want you to dismiss your cosmic hunch, to question your readiness to meet someone stronger. You read between the lines. They doubt you. Possibly they resent you. Beneath the veneer of sarcasm, you catch a whiff of fear. Perhaps the idea that you might rise beyond your old limitations threatens them. A wave of indignation surges in your chest. Then the light bulb in your living room flickers, snapping you out of your spiral. You feel a pulse in the air, a faint static crackle that sets your hair on end. It's as though the hidden antagonist, someone who smiles in your face but mocks you behind your back, just stepped into the spotlight. You sense they're orchestrating a quiet sabotage, trying to anchor you in mediocrity. The realization floods you with mixed emotions. Betrayal, yes, but also relief. At least now you can see the shape in the shadows. Not everyone in your orbit is cheering for your transformation. An image flashes through your mind of a serpent coiled at your feet. In ancient stories, snakes can be guardians of deep wisdom or cunning deceivers. You wonder which brand of serpent hovers in your circle. A wave of determination sweeps over you. Your phone clutched in one hand, you pace the living room. You replay the phone call from your old friend earlier. The disapproving vibe. Now this post from an acquaintance. You piece them together like shards of a broken mirror, each revealing the same reflection. Someone wants you to remain small. Outside, the sun finally slips beneath the horizon. The last ribbons of light vanish, replaced by a deep violet sky. You can almost feel the cosmic hush that follows, a vacuum in which your newly discovered foe lurks. Unbidden, your mind echoes, getting ready to rise. Your pulse revs in your ears. If these friends want to stifle your growth, they're too late. The seeds of your ascension have already sprouted. You flick off the overhead light, letting the twilight guide you to your desk. You vow to find proof of their duplicity, because once you have that, nothing will stop you from forging the path your soul demands and meeting the stronger one who beckons from the horizon of your destiny. The next day, you scour every scrap of correspondence you can find. Old emails, saved texts, random notebooks filled with your scribbled reflections. Some light slants through your blinds, dust motes dancing in its glow. You drink in each detail, searching for a breadcrumb that confirms your suspicion. There's a hidden campaign of mockery or sabotage orchestrated by someone you once trusted. Hours pass. Your neck tightens, and your eyes burn from scanning so many screens. Just when you consider giving up, you stumble across a message thread dated a few months back. It's from that same acquaintance who made the sly social media post. Reading it now, you notice telling phrases. Lines like, "I get worried when people chase illusions. Don't you think you're getting carried away with your cosmic stuff?" At the time, you tried to reassure them, but their words crackle with condescension. You scroll further. Another thread shows them forwarding your excited confessions about an impending destiny. You see a second name appended, someone you don't recognize. Your skin prickles. They shared your private beliefs with a stranger, lacing it with sneering commentary. Anger flares, but also clarity. You have proof that at least one person in your circle has been mocking or questioning your path behind closed doors. The conversation you read brims with skepticism. They call your sense of cosmic alignment a delusion. That single word stabs at your chest, a flash of humiliation. You remember the nights you lay awake, feeling invisible threads of fate tugging at your spirit. To you, it was real, vibrantly, powerfully real. Now you see how they ridiculed it. The evidence is in black and white. Each line scrolls across your phone screen like a final verdict. Outside, a faint siren wails, drawing your attention to the window. You spot crows circling overhead, sing into the crisp sky. A wave of resolve wells inside you. Proof in hand, you no longer question yourself. This is your catalyst. The hidden antagonist stands unmasked, at least partially. A pang of hurt resonates in your gut. This person was never a best friend, but you shared enough trust for them to twist your secrets into cheap gossip. It reveals how threatened they must be by your ascension. Perhaps your impending meeting with a stronger presence has them worried they'll lose whatever perceived control or superiority they believe they have over you. You breathe in deeply, letting the swirl of raw emotion settle. You sense the clock is ticking toward that fateful encounter you've anticipated. Some unstoppable force of greater power preparing to cross your path. The betrayal you've uncovered only fuels your determination. A memory emerges of a dream you once had. A phoenix rising from ashes, luminous wings outstretched. The ashes represent the illusions and half-truths that once ensnared you. Now your vantage has shifted. You hold evidence of betrayal, ashes turning to embers in your mind. You flick to a fresh page in your notebook. You jot down the key points of these conversations, archiving them like a shield of truth. If they try to corner you again, you'll push back with facts. The sting remains, but so does a calm sense of purpose. You have the proof. You're not crazy. Someone's been playing saboteur. You power down your devices. Stepping back from the desk with tension still coiled in your muscles, a hush settles in your room, filled only by the faint hum of traffic outside. You run your fingers over the evidence one last time, scanning each line, letting the final puzzle piece click into place. Then you close your eyes, a grim smile forming. Let them keep mocking. Your spirit is forging itself in the heat of truth, and you're more than ready for the next wave of confrontation that's about to roll in. 2 days pass under a low-gray sky, the air thick with the threat of rain. You keep your phone close, bracing for another blow from the hidden antagonist. When conflict finally erupts, it arrives in 3 turbulent surges that test your resolve. But ultimately, they falter. The first ambush strikes at a casual cafe meetup. You step inside expecting warmth, only to find the same acquaintance and their sidekick waiting. They pepper you with mocking questions about your weird cosmic stuff. Their tone as sharp as vultures circling prey. The hiss of the espresso machine and clink of cups feel suffocating as they probe deeper. Calmly, you present your evidence, a screenshot exposing their earlier gossip, and watch their smug smirks give way to stunned silence. With your heart-pounding triumph, you leave the cafe and step into the overcast afternoon unbowed. That evening, a flood of cryptic social media posts washes over you. Though unnamed, the insinuations of delusions and escaping reality are unmistakably aimed at you. Notifications flood in. Some voices rally to your side. Others swirl in the negativity. Your phone vibrates until your nerves sing with overload. The impulse to retaliate claws at you, but you pause and let truth stand on its own. The storm of rumors rages around you, but your center remains intact. By the following afternoon, the sabotage creeps into your professional world. A contact who once promised big opportunities calls with clipped politeness, hinting that disturbing gossip has cast doubt on your reliability. They suggest postponing your collaborative project. Frustration surges through you as their words blur, but you steady yourself. This attack threatens your livelihood, yet fear cannot take root. You respond with measured calm. You harbor no illusions, only clear purpose. And if they cannot handle your evolution, you will forge a new path. As the call ends, you stand by the window and watch storm clouds rumble overhead. 3 waves of thunder have crashed against your life. Personal confrontation, public shaming, professional undercutting. Yet you remain upright, even as emotions churn. A sudden flash of lightning casts a tall silhouette in the glass, strong and unwavering, before the reflection fades. Rain cascades in fierce rivulets, washing the city clean. In that downpour, you feel your spirit fortified by trial. No rumor, no betrayal, no surge of chaos can break the peace you've claimed. The 3 waves struck, and they failed. Night settles. Beneath that black canopy, you light a single candle on the windowsill, its flame dancing in the dark. The glow reminds you that even the smallest light can banish deep shadows. The recent triple wave of sabotage bruised your pride, but forged a sharper sense of self, tempered, resilient, and unbroken. Your phone pings. It's the antagonist. Jittery text offering hollow apologies and insisting their actions sprang from concern. Every word drips with self-preservation. You exhale, shrugging off their attempt to reel you back into old anxieties. Karma is shifting. Rumors once aimed at destroying you now recoil on their originators. Snippets of gossip reach your ears. People questioning the manipulator's motives, distancing themselves from needless drama. You seek no vengeance, only cosmic balance. As the scales right themselves, a memory surfaces. Your teacher's words, stand in your truth, and illusions crumble. Guided by that insight, he replies simply, I see what you did. I don't hold grudges. Their flurry of justifications underscores their desperation. You don't engage further. Some battles aren't won with words. Closing your eyes, you let the candle's warmth seep into your bones. In the hush, cosmic gears turn, preparing you for a greater encounter. The sabotage was a crucible. In its heat, you emerge stronger. Deep within, a spark of readiness pulses, waiting for the next force that will elevate your path. A sudden gust whistles through the cracked window, snuffing out the flame. Darkness envelops you. Your heart races, but not with fear. You know you carry light within. You stand in pitch black, aware that these trials have only honed your resilience. A distant siren wails, and you think you hear footsteps beyond your door. Pressing an ear to the wood yields silence, yet anticipation hums through you. The extraordinary presence you've awaited is on its way. You return to the sill and relight the candle, its glow small but potent. Outside, clouds part to reveal a sliver of moonlight. Karma has done its work. Falsehoods exposed, truth illuminated. The horizon widens, a final threshold beckoning you forward. With head unbowed and heart steadfast, you stand ready to cross into the new chapter, free to walk the path that awaits. Dawn breaks beneath the pearlescent sky as if nature itself holds its breath. You step onto your balcony and scan the horizon. The city sprawls below like a glittering tapestry, office towers catching the first rays, tree-lined avenues softly lit. A hush blankets the streets, an eerie calm after the storms you've weathered. You draw in a deep breath, tasting crisp air laced with dew and early blooms. In this stillness, ancient tensions dissolve. You recall the angel number 777 flickering on your clock, a golden promise of new power. A surge of awe washes over you as memories float by. Sleepless nights gripped by anxiety, betrayals unearthed, acts of sabotage thwarted, and the karmic currents that carried you here. Movement in the courtyard draws your eye. From behind a stone column steps a figure you've never seen, moving with quiet authority. Their gaze sweeps upward, locking onto yours. Time stretches. A simple nod passes between you, silent, profound affirmation. This is the meeting you've awaited. Excitement and trepidation coil in your chest. How do you approach someone whose presence could unravel your identity? Yet every fiber of your being urges you down. You remember whispered guidance from your earliest reflections. When the stronger one arrives, cross the boundary gate. That boundary exists both here and within, a line dividing past illusions from boundless possibility. Now you stand on its edge. You slip inside, heart pounding, and lace up your shoes. The hallway echoes with hurried footsteps as you descend, two at a time. Each step is a commitment, leaving behind doubt, fear, and old patterns. The courtyard unfolds like a consecrated stage. The figure stands poised before a serene city. Noises blur, distant traffic, a bird's call, the hum of morning, while the air vibrates with potential. Their presence ignites courage you thought buried. In their eyes, you see recognition. I've been waiting for you too. Time slows. Anxiety unravels. Old traumas, harsh words, shadows of betrayal lose their weight. A silent vow forms. Together you will ascend to new heights. No longer alone in your quest, you will walk side by side into an expansive future. They extend a hand. You clasp it, feeling a current of warmth and power crackle through your palm. You step forward across the unseen threshold. The boundary gate falls away, leaving only the promise of what lies ahead. The city sharpens. Morning light dances on pavement. Leaves shimmer in the breeze. Opportunities glint everywhere. You hear the distant chime of the clock tower, its melody echoing that early glitch of 7 hours, 77 minutes. Now fulfilled in flesh and spirit. Side by side with someone stronger than yourself, you stand on the cusp of a new reality. Your soul whispers, "At last our rise begins."